So Hyde Park, I think, has a special place in so many people's hearts. And it's kind of been unique that way since its inception, right?
Right. So Hyde Park is a town within a town, and it really formed as Boise began to expand in the 1890s. The citizens of Boise, looking for new residential neighborhoods to expand into, left the original town site of Boise and came up here into the suburbs. We think of the suburbs, of Eagle or
Yes.
Meridian. They were thinking of the suburb, and they called it Hyde Park. There was a plat developed called Hyde Park, and they had a Hyde Park Business Owners Association. This was a town within a town.
Let's talk about how this all began, though, because I heard that the lots, right, the plots, when they were first being sold here in Hyde Park, were like $50 and $100.
Right. There was absolutely a concept of incentivizing development, and it worked. People were looking for a place to live, and the developers who were subdividing this land, they were giving the place its name. They donated to the school district to help build a school. They were giving money to different organizations, including bringing the trolley line up into Hyde Park.
And let's talk about the trolley, because that plays a big role in the development here too, right?
Right, absolutely. The only reason why the commercial district of Hyde Park coalesces around 13th Street by 1900 is because the trolley line itself is coming up 13th from Fort, and business begins to build. By 1910, this is the place to shop in the residential neighborhood north of the city.
It's that essential public transportation.
Right.
Let's talk about some of those key historic houses, though, that we might still see around here that were a part of that initial build.
Right, so this was always a residential neighborhood. The commercial district only existed to serve the residences in the neighborhood. So just a block to either side of 13th Street is a beautiful residential neighborhood with historic houses, big houses and small houses. This was very much an inclusive neighborhood. There wasn't a lot of wealth disparity. There weren't the super wealthy, and there weren't the super poor. This was definitely a middle class neighborhood, and the housing that you see all around this commercial district reflects that.
Mm-hmm. And when we talk about the lots only being a certain price, and then you'd build a house, and then all of a sudden it would probably sell for much more within a pretty short period of time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. There's an increase in value.
Yep.
But then, yes, absolutely, there is a quick growing sort of rate of return on this investment, and Boise's trajectory as a place to move to, the growth of the city is reflected in its history all the way back in 1890, 1900, when Hyde Park is established.
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing right now, right?
Exactly.
So from the history we have here in Hyde Park is just kind of almost a continuation to where we are today.
Yep, it's a microcosm of the larger story of development across the valley, and the suburb that is Hyde Park, or was Hyde Park, is now reflected in 1,000 suburbs, subdivisions and suburbs around Boise.